Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. I'm so glad you're here. What do we got going on? Well, it was quite a week, right? I mean, we had the Fed announcement come out on Wednesday and the market got all this volatility going. Pretty much ended up flat for the day, right? I mean, it's exciting though. It's exciting. We had volatility out there. Gold and silver took a little bit of a hit. I mean, on the Fed day, gold was down about $30. Silver dropped about $1. What did Tall Mike do? I ran down to my coin shop, right? Vic, my coin dealer, he was out of gold. He was out of silver. He had nothing to sell me. People beat me to it. They ran down there faster than I could. Very exciting week though. Now how's it going to play out? Still expecting a little bit of a pullback, but I still expect this market to get pushed up to new record highs, new record highs, new record highs. They're not done printing yet. You can look at the junk bonds. Look at the HYG. They're going to print money and they're going to throw it at you. Money has to go somewhere. Where does it go? Goes into the stock market, goes into gold, goes into Bitcoin. Everything's going to go up, right? But you see, all of these bubbles are always followed by a crash. A crash is coming, 100% guaranteed. Now, the bigger the bubble, if you have really big bubbles, what's those followed by? Those are followed by big depressions. Great Depression 2.0 is on the way, if you want my opinion. See, we're in the biggest debt bubble in the history of the world, the biggest stock market bubble in the history of the world, the biggest real estate bubble in the history of the world, the biggest credit bubble in the history of the world. And it's all going to come tumbling down. Just not yet. It's not time yet. They're going to still push this up higher, push this up higher. Now, I do believe we're going to get a little pullback, but they're not done printing the money yet. Look at here. I'm going to leave you in on a little secret. A little secret. Here's the secret. The world is bankrupt. The world doesn't have any money. World is bankrupt, right? They don't have any money. Money being gold and silver, right? Real money, gold and silver, never goes bankrupt. No third-party counterparty risk. None whatsoever. Gold and silver is what you want to be, and you want to be in the real money when the world is bankrupt. Now, the bubble is the biggest it's ever been. Let's just go with the stock market for a little bit. Stock market compared to GDP. Right now, 215% stock market value compared to the GDP. You can go back in time, right? Go back to 2007. It was only 104% of the GDP. Right now we're 215%. Biggest bubble ever, right? And it wasn't really a bubble at 104%, but it came down anyways in 2007, brought down by the real estate. The real estate was the bubble then, right? And I mean, if you go back to the dot-com boom, that's where the stock bubble was, right? 140% to GDP. We're at 215% right now. In the dot-com, we were 140%, and that was the biggest bubble then, right? But we've blown the bubble so much bigger. So first the dot-com came down, then 2007, the real estate come down, but now we got the mother of all bubbles. We got the stock market, we got real estate, we got credit, and they're all going to come tumbling down. And we're going to have the greatest depression the world has ever seen. Most people are going to lose everything. But if you listen to Tall Mike, you're going to actually be able to improve your situation, right? Now, when I say improve your situation, if you listen, you get some real money, right? Some gold and silver. And if you wait, be patient, there'll be a time to short this market and you'll be able to make an incredible fortune going to the downside, but not yet. I'm not telling anybody to short it yet. It's not time yet. They're still going to print the money. They're still going to print and print and print and print. Now, the real estate values, worst time ever to buy a home, right? The home price to income is the worst it's ever been, and worst on record, the least unaffordable it has ever been. It is going to come tumbling down. Now, a lot of people, I get the trolls out there, and I love everybody. You know, I'm grateful for y'all, but I get those trolls out there. Mike, you've been wrong. You said houses are going to come down. They haven't come down yet. My house is up 10% in the last 3 years. I live in Maine. Okay, the Northeast has done pretty well, right? Okay, they kind of maybe gone up 10% in 3 years, right? But you got to understand something. Here's what people don't get. Most people that watch me have a very high IQ, but I get the trolls out there, and I don't know if they even have an IQ. So, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. They actually believe that their house is going up still. Okay, look at your house isn't going up. It's the dollar is being devalued every day, being devalued. You want to know what your house is doing? Look at it in terms of real money. Look at it in terms of gold and silver, down about 50% just in the last 3 years. Now you could do like Billy Bob did, right? Okay, so Billy Bob, he sold his house about 3 years ago, right? And he took the money and he put it into gold, and he's been hanging out on the beaches of Mexico now. He's just waiting. Now he can come back and sell his gold and buy his same house back and the one next door to it and have both of them for the same price he got out of. Now he could have two houses. But Billy Bob's not doing that yet. Why is he not doing that? Because he knows the crash isn't even starting yet. Maybe we're in the second inning. Yes, we've come down 80% in real money already, but we're free falling in real money. What are they trying to do? They're going to print the nominal money, fiat money. They're going to print dollars. They're going to print trillions of them, 6 trillion a year. 5 years, we're going to have another 30 trillion in debt added on. And that they're hoping and they're praying that they can keep the house prices where they are now. They don't want them to come down. How can they rob you of the property taxes? Your maintenance is going up. Your insurance is tripled. Insurance is killing a lot of house deals right now as we speak. But you got to look at this. Billy Bob, genius, right? Sold his house, put the money in gold, could buy 2 houses now for the same price, right? Okay, that's what he could do. But what about the person that bought Billy Bob's house? Well, that would be Ray Ray. Ray Ray bought Billy Bob's house. Now, Ray Ray, he was, kind of struggling as a renter, but he wanted to get in the pride of ownership. Ray Ray's wife, they wanted to be homeowners. So they were renters. They were living pretty fun. They went on vacations. They went out to dinner regularly, but no, they stretched themselves into home ownership, and they bought Billy Bob's house up here. And Ray Ray's been holding on. He's been going into work every day. When he gets home, he goes and drives an Uber because he's got bills to pay. Now, he doesn't take vacations anymore. Going out to dinner, out of the question. Why? Because he was paying 50% of what he's paying now when he bought Billy Bob's house. Ray Ray is struggling. Ray Ray has buyer's remorse. But I get these trolls. They're so funny. But you got this all wrong. Houses are going to the moon. They're not coming down. Look, I live my life in real terms. I live in real money. I don't live in their fiat system. You see, a lot of people think I have this overwhelming passion for gold. And I really don't. Gold just, you could call it the pet rock that keeps going up in value, right? My brother-in-law, we were talking the other day, and he goes, I don't understand you, Mike. You have plenty of money. You could retire. Why do you do this stupid podcast? I do this stupid podcast because I love it. I'm obsessed with this stuff. This is exciting to me. This is my fun, believe it or not. This is what I do. It keeps me sane in the insane world out there that we live in. Look, things are crazy out there. But the real reason I do this, look, I grew up as a young lad in a different nation, let's just say. Yes, it was still the United States, but isn't the nation that we have today. Look, when I was growing up, right, my mom, she didn't work. My dad worked. One person worked. And that was typical for our street, our neighborhood. All of the wives, they stayed at home and they raised the kids. What do we have today? We have strangers raising the kids. Why? Because the wife has to go to work. The husband has to go to work. He even has to have a second gig so that he can make the payments along with the wife working, right? Because they got expenses. They got their kids in school trying to raise them, but they can't raise them. There's no time for them because they have to be handing their kids off to daycare, hand them off to someone else to raise them, right? So they can go into the corporate office and crunch the numbers, right? Look, it is a different world right now, and it didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to be this way at all. Look, I grew up in the 70s. What happened in the 70s? Well, Nixon took us off that gold standard, and the whole lifestyle thing's been going down. The quality of life has been dwindling away. Look, this is the young people If you're under 30 and you watch Tall Mike, leave me a comment. I just want to know if there's anybody that watches this that's under 30. But you young people, I feel sorry for you. You're the first generation that had it worse off than their parents. That's how poor the quality of life is. Look, you can't afford to buy a house, right? Don't worry. They got a plan for you. They're going to do 50-year mortgages, right? 50-year mortgages backed by the government. You're going to be the slave for 50 years of your life for just to pay your house. And what about a new car? You can't afford a new car. Don't worry. We're going to have 10-year auto loans that are going to be more than the mortgages that I used to pay. Look at your quality of life is going down, 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 down. People aren't getting married. They can't afford it. They can't afford a wife and kids. You have to go out and work and hope you can survive, right? And this whole thing changed. You see, the country changed. The fabrication of the country changed when they took us off of the real money. Now, we're probably going to have to go back onto the real money, the gold, the silver. You'll see that's the only thing that people will have confidence in when this whole thing comes tumbling down. But I don't do these podcasts to make money. I mean, YouTube, well, they pay me a couple $100 a month. I give that away. I give way more than that away. It's not for the money. It's for my sanity. And look, yes, I love each and every one of you. Even the trolls, my haters, come on here. Leave me the hate. That's okay. But look, I hope that I can teach you that we need to get rid of the Federal Reserve, that we need to get back to real money, to what we need to get in a position where young people can afford to buy a house. Yes, it's all going to come crashing down if we rebuild it right. We're going to rebuild it wrong the first time. I get that feeling. We're going to go with socialism. Capitalism is going to get blamed for this. I got news for you. It's not capitalism that's bringing us down. We're a socialist country. You're going to see UBI checks probably handed out within the next year because the economy is going to be doing so bad. Over 1 million job layoffs this year. Who are those people going? How are they going to pay their mortgage? They can't. They can't pay their mortgage. So what are they going to do? They're going to be dumping those houses on the market. Those are going to be coming down. Stock market's going to be crashing and burning because those 1 million people no longer have their 401k money that automatically gets funneled into the top 7 stocks. That's going to stop, right? It's going to come to a standstill. You're going to see NVIDIA come crashing down. You're going to see Apple come crashing down. Google crashing down. Meta, Microsoft, all of them are going to be taking a tumble, right? 70-80% off. We're going to rebuild it, but we're going to rebuild it as socialists first because that's what we want our politicians to do. That's how politicians win, by promising you that they will give you money to live on, that they will let you eat cake, as they say, whatever the saying was from Marie Antoinette or whoever, let them eat cake because they were out of bread. Oh, that's funny, but that's where we're at right now. We're in this banana republic, biggest banana republic the world's ever seen, right? But it's going to come crashing down. We're going to rebuild with socialism. Then that's going to come crashing down. Then we'll get back to the solid stuff. God's money, gold and silver. We'll bring God back into the schools. Right now, one thing Donald Trump's doing well, he's trying to get prayer back into the schools. Why'd they ever let prayer go away from the schools? You know what happened when they did? A lot of shootings in the schools. We got to bring God back into the picture. This is not a religious video. Yes, I'm a Christian boy, but we have taken God out of the school system. We got to put him back in there, and that might be one good thing that the Donald's doing. He's done some other good things. I'm not all against Donald. Half good, half bad. Same with Biden. He wasn't all bad. He did something good. I just can't think of it right now. Anyways, I hope you're starting to like this stuff, but told Mike, he doesn't do this for the money. He does this for the passion. Yes, I'm passionate about real money. You should get some. Look at silver. We're on sale, right? Came down a little bit, came down a little bit. It's going to hit triple digits. You might want to pick some of that up. Gold, I keep telling you, $6,000 before the Donald gets out of office. That's not going to be a straight line. There'll be ups, downs, every down. I run down to the coin shop, but they tell me they're all sold out today. Come back tomorrow, Tall Mike. I go, Vic, you got to hold it for me. I'm on my way, because that's where the real stuff is. That's the real money, and you got to get some of that if you want to survive this coming crash. And the crash, it's going to be biblical. It's going to be epic. I mean, this is the biggest bubbles we've ever seen. This is going to be a biblical burst, if you will. It's going to be unbelievable. Why I sound happy about it? No, I'm not happy about it. People are going to be in a lot of pain. People are going to go hungry, but if you protect yourself, you won't be one of them. Get some real money. Protect yourself. You can play this stock market. market to the downside. When it's time, not time yet. And you can make a fortune. I'm talking about life-changing money. Anyways, if you like this stuff, give me the thumbs up, punch the subscribe button, get out there. But have a great weekend. We'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.